Good morning. So my name is Annalisa.
Okay, I'm just looking at somebody at the jail. Morning, Ellen.
Morning.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Emelita.
Hi.
Hi. Are you asking to appear kind of as a victim in one of the cases or something like that?
Um, I wouldn't consider myself a victim, even though in the situation that's what it is.
Hold on.
I'm calling basically.
Hold on. I don't mean to be rude. Let me just ask you something real quick. What's the name of the what's the name of the person you're appearing? What's the case? What's the name?
Kevin Landaverde.
Say it one more time.
Kevin Landaverde.
Number 7 under city court. Okay. All right. We're going to do them near the front of the line.
Anybody getting the announcement check?
Yeah. Officer the jail, can you move? Do they have the same number that we do? Number system? 7 under city court. Can you move that person up in line? If it's not too much trouble. If it's a big problem, don't worry about it. If not, I'd appreciate it. We have a victim on the phone.
Your Honor, could you do me a favor and give me a name?
You betcha. It is, where is it again? Kevin Landaverde.
Okay. So do you want to see him right now? Is that what you're trying to do?
Just kind of move him up if you can. If it's a huge problem, don't worry about it though.
No, it's absolutely not a problem. I just wanted to know when you want to see him.
Sooner rather than later. How's that? Your discretion, just sooner rather than
You
later.
know what? That works for me, Your Honor. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Let me advise the court of a couple of Fiesta Party situations here.
Yeah.
We have Miss Jenkins, Randy, who's refusing this morning,
Okay.
and Mr. Estroga, he's refusing. I'm being told by our clerk that this is the 4th time he's refused.
Okay. Yeah, I had it last night and he refused last night as well. How hard is it to get him up?
You know, from what I'm hearing, he just wasn't feeling well, and he kind of has that not having a good morning type attitude.
Okay. You got any sense of how busy the evening calendar is going to be?
I don't yet, Your Honor. We're hoping not too busy.
Okay, this one looks heavier than, why don't we, I'll just end up moving him to the PM initial appearance calendar.
You know, that sounds good. You can move him, and then what I'll do is I'll go talk to him and try to give him a little pep talk for tonight.
Yeah, tell him, he's going to have to face the music eventually and he doesn't want to just sit there. So yeah, sounds like a good plan. So Jenkins and Astorga, anybody else?
No, and then we had a request to move Mr. Brito to the first one seat, if we could.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay, I'm going to bring him in now, and then we'll do Landaverde next.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Let's see, that's number 11. Brito.
Pardon you?
Good morning. Can you tell me?
Brito?
Morning, Mr. Brito. This is a time set for what's called initial appearance. All I do today is set release conditions. Let me just ask you an initial question. I see an address on South Bradford Drive. Is that a good address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have the right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and be used, will be used against you. Let me take a look at what we got here. Okay. Stand by, please. Okay. Just one other thing I got to look at, and then we'll get rolling, Mr. Brito. I appreciate your patience this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. What I'm going to do, Mr. Brito, is as follows. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. The next hearing is going to be on September 24, 2024. It's called an arraignment in Pima County Justice Court in front of JP Roberts. You'll get something that's got all this information on there. Anyway, 9/24/2024, release on your own recognizance. I'm going to put in place a couple of conditions. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence and do not possess any firearms or weapons. The information I have indicates that Holly does not have any objection to you returning to the home or having contact with you. So I'm not going to make any orders in that regard. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So you just got to make sure you make that hearing, because if you don't, it's warrants and more trouble you don't want. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Brito. Take care of yourself. You're
Thank
excused.
you.
You're excused. Good morning, Mr. Kaler. I see your icon.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, if you just want to keep the icon on, that's fine too, Matt. Either way. Not that I have any trouble seeing your friendly face, but you can do the icon if you'd rather.
Please.
So you're just gonna put Jenkins and Storer on for the PM, yeah? Okay. Good morning, can you tell me your name?
Good morning. My name is Kevin Landaverdi.
Okay, Mr. Landaverdi, we do have somebody on the phone who's listening in, okay? Let's see. Let me find which number you are. You are, stand by, please. Looks like number 106. Nope, that's not it. 107, only on phone. Okay, Mr. Landaverdi, this is a time set for what's called initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. In this case, I see there's a complaint out of Tucson City Court for interfering with or basically failing to comply with a court order. It's a misdemeanor, domestic violence. What I'm going to do, Miss Albert, are you on the phone? Is there anything you'd like me to consider?
Yeah, actually, so the situation with what happened yesterday that made him interfere with that was I wasn't aware that we were supposed to not be in contact. And I had no idea that he got released. I was told that he would be, but anywhere between 4 to 6 hours, which is like a huge time gap. In that time frame, I was actually in the process of like removing my things from the hotel that I was staying with them at. And we came into contact because of that. Like he was actually shocked I was here.
Okay.
I was shocked he was released. And it was just one of those situations, wrong place, wrong time. The cops did a welfare check literally as I was leaving. Like my bags were by the door and stuff. And I had no idea that we were not supposed to be in contact. If I would have known that, or if I had spoken to you earlier to let you know that I did not mind seeing him, it would have been a whole different ball game to my knowledge. But I just feel so bad because he literally, if you pay attention to the time frame that he got released, it was literally within like that hour that he had to get rebooked because of the incident. It wasn't like something happened where he got out and he had to go back in there because he was making trouble or anything like that. It was literally just, like I said, I guess we were not supposed to be in contact and I was not aware of that.
Okay.
Or else, like I said, I wouldn't even have risked
Ms. Albert, let
him
me
having
talk.
to go.
Ms. Albert, let me talk, okay? Thank you, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. What I'm going to
Yeah, of
do,
course.
just so you know, what I'm going to do, Mr. Landaverdi, I'm gonna order that you be released on your promise to appear at the next court date, which is on September 4th, 2024 at 1:30 PM in Tucson City Court with Judge Million. I'm gonna keep in place that no contact order. So Ms. Albert, you know, both you guys listen, I understand what you're saying. So I am gonna release Mr. Landaverdi, but You guys just got to be careful, all right? And it's something that Judge Million will be able to deal with. This is what she does, and you guys can talk to her about that at the hearing. But don't have any contact. I'm talking to you, Mr. Landverdi. Don't have any contact with Hannah between now and then. Don't possess any firearms. Don't commit any act of domestic violence. Your next hearing, I'm going to consolidate this matter with the city court on number CM 2403-3234. Your next hearing is on September 4th, 2024, 1:30 p.m. Tucson City Court with Judge Million. Make sure you make that hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and Miss Albert, I hope you didn't think I was rude cutting you off. It's just I knew what I got the gist of what you were saying, and I just got a whole bunch of people.
No, I appreciate it. I talk a lot sometimes.
Oh, don't be silly. People get you get nervous in these situations. I talk a lot too when I'm nervous. No worries, okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that was taken out.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And Mr. Landverdi, thank you as well. You're excused and you'll be released later on today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye. Oh, Miss Albert, you can go ahead and hang up then.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thanks for calling. All right. Got rid of turtles. Here we go. Hi, can you tell me your name, please, ma'am?
Stephanie Casillas.
Good morning, Ms. Casillas. Let me pull up your file, okay? We're here for initial appearance. Looks like charge of theft. Let me just find your file here. Number 1. There it is. Anyway, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Actually, I think this is a warrant. Yeah, Kim? Okay. Yeah, we're hearing a warrant. Let me find where it is. Yeah, it looks like you got a misdemeanor warrant out of Justice Court for a theft case back in 2021. You got to deal with that, okay? It'll just keep following you and you'll get picked up again. So what I'm going to do is as follows. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing in this case, which is going to be the arraignment on September 24, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court in front of Judge Roberts. You need to appear, and if you don't appear, this won't go away. You know, you'll just get picked up again. And I understand you've been under the weather. I'm sorry about that, but it'll just keep biting at you. So you got to appear at that, okay? Can you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not to go to the not to go to the incident location of the theft. No alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, so you're going to get this in writing, but again, September 24, 2024, 9:30 a.m. Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Roberts. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, you'll be released later on today. You're
I
excused.
have one question for you.
Yeah.
The address that's on there is my mom's address. It was like right by my mom's address.
You got
So
you got
I'm able to go.
you got a better address?
The 118 East Prince Road is the address I live at,
Okay.
but the address that the incident happened at was at my mom's house, by my mom's house.
Oh, okay. So
So
118.
I was wondering,
Hold on. Your address is 118.
East Prince Road,
Okay.
Unit 2,
Number 2.
where I stand.
You know the zip code there by any chance?
I think it's 05.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Santa Cruz Marte.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got there. All right, and let's see what I got for any sort of address. Stand by, please, sir. Looks like I see an address on South Euclid Way. Is that still a good address for you? Is that a yes? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. All right, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from Ms. Rubin from the Public Defender's Office about release conditions, and then I'll tell you what they're going to be. Mr. Kaler, I saw the state is recommending $50,000 plus some other conditions, including no contact, no firearms, etc. Do you need to supplement that at all?
Your Honor, I would just note that he does have a DOC hold, and he has a extensive DV history.
Your thoughts, Ellen?
Judge, we'd ask that you set a bond because he does have a DOC hold, so he can get time credit while he's got the DOC hold.
On this matter, I'm going to set bond at $25,000 cash and secured. Should he post bond and the DOC hold go away, I don't think that's going to happen, but should that happen, he's to possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no act of domestic violence, be subject to pretrial services, supervision and monitoring, surrender any firearm, do not possess any firearm, no contact with the alleged victim, Denise Reese, do not go to the incident location. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Santa Cruz. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing set for September 3, 2024, 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. Okay, Mr. Santa Cruz, you'll get all that in writing. I said it fast, but you'll get it in writing, so you'll come up to speed on what's going on, okay? Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
Your Honor, this is Court Interpreter Pedro Davis.
Oh, hey, Pedro, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Apologies to the court and staff for the delay. I see that there aren't any Spanish speakers that identified on this morning's list.
There's one, Your Honor.
Yeah, I see one. I see it's Yepez, Y-E-P-I-Z.
Okay,
Off through the jail. Any chance we could move? Looks like Mr. Yepez up.
We can do it right now.
Sounds great. Pedro, you ready to roll?
I am, thank you.
All right.
All right, Pedro, let's go.
Let's see what numbers.
Javier, pásale, por favor.
You just get that so fast.
Pedrito, te vas a sentar aquí en el asiento azulito. Abogado después y todos, y el intérprete está en la línea, ¿eh?
Okay, Pedro, he's sitting down. Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, please wait for the interpreter to finish interpreting before you respond. Go ahead, Pedro.
Señor, permita que el intérprete termine la interpretación antes de responder usted.
Tell me your name. Tell me your name,
Dígame
please.
su nombre. Dígame su nombre, por favor.
Javier Yepes.
Javier Yepes.
Mr. Tepez, we do not have an address for you. Do you have an address?
Señor Yepes, no tenemos dirección para usted. ¿Tiene dirección alguna?
No, no me la sé exactamente. Me acabo de mover a un apartamento ahí. Speedway Plus Silverbell. Bueno, me la sé.
Address. I just moved in and it's over by Silverbell, but I don't have the address.
Okay. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent.
Esta es la audiencia pactada para su comparecencia inicial. Tiene usted derecho de guardar silencio.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You've been charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of dangerous and narcotic drugs.
Se le acusa a usted de tenencia de adminículos de droga y posesión de droga peligrosa y narcótica.
I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Voy a designar a la oficina de abogado de oficio de defensor público para que se encargue de su defensa.
Mr. Yepez, we have a program called the SMART/STEPS program in Superior Court.
Señor, aquí en el juzgado superior tenemos disponible un programa de sentencias alternativas llamadas SMART y STEPS.
It looks like you qualify.
Parece ser que usted calificaría.
We can get you,
Okay.
we can get you help with any drug addiction problems, maybe getting a job, maybe getting a place to live, things like that. Are you interested?
Se le podría proporcionar ayuda para programa de tratamiento de droga, por ejemplo, un trabajo o vivienda. ¿Le interesaría algo así?
Sí, el caso Carra, un trabajo.
Yes,
Ah.
in fact, I just got a job.
Okay, well, that's good, but it can help you with the addiction. Still interested?
Yes,
Bueno,
sir.
pero en todo caso, ese programa podría ayudarle con problemas de la dependencia a las sustancias. ¿Le ayudaría en todo caso?
Sí.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What I'm going to do is release you to pretrial services.
Lo que voy a hacer es permitirle que se le escarcele y que pase usted a la autoridad y supervisión de la Agencia de Servicios Preprocesales, Free Trial Services.
Question for the lawyer next to you. Ms. Rubin, waive time on preliminary hearing.
Sure.
Pregunta para la abogada defensora que está a su lado. Señorita Rubin, ¿renuncia usted a la necesidad de la audiencia preliminar? Ella dice, sí, claro.
Your next hearing will be the SMART hearing on September 3, 2024 at 9 a.m. in Pima County Superior Court.
Señor, su próxima comparecencia será el día 3 de septiembre a las 9 de la mañana en el Tribunal Superior.
You need to appear or a warrant would issue.
Debe usted presentarse ese día a esa hora, de otra manera se ordena su detención.
Also,
Okay.
it could help you start tackling this drug problem you have.
Y así se le puede dar la ayuda inicial para tratar de superar ese problema con drogas que tenga usted ahorita.
Okay.
As conditions of release, no alcohol or illegal drug.
Como condiciones de libertad provisional, nada de licor, nada de sustancias ilícitas,
No firearms or weapons.
nada de armas de fuego o armas de cualquier tipo.
And you're to cooperate with pretrial services for any monitoring or treatment directives.
Usted debe cooperar con la agencia preprocesal Pretrial Services por cualquier instrucción que le den sobre monitoreo o tratamientos de sustancias.
The preliminary hearing, which will probably change, is on October 8, 2024.
Ahora, se pacta otra audiencia preliminar, posiblemente cambie la fecha, pero sí está pactado para el 8 de octubre de 2024.
But again, your next hearing is the SMART hearing on September 3, 2024, 9 a.m. Pima County Superior Court.
Pero la comparecencia importante es la que sigue para el programa con el SMART el 3 de septiembre, 9 de la mañana, en el Tribunal Superior.
Okay. So you also have a misdemeanor warrant hold.
También tiene usted orden de detención por asuntos de delitos menores
And it's at a Pima County Justice Court.
y proviene del juzgado de paz del condado Pima.
Oh, eso,
Hold on, don't say anything.
No es necesidad de decir nada por lo pronto, señor. Espere.
I'm going to release you on your promise to appear on that one.
En ese asunto voy a permitir que salga de la cárcel también con su promesa, su garantía personal de presentarse cuando se le diga.
Your next hearing is going to be on September 24, 2024 at 9:30 a.m.
Entonces, la próxima audiencia para ese asunto es el 24 de septiembre de 2024 a las 9:30 por la mañana.
This is a whole different case, so you got to deal with it too.
Esos casos totalmente distintos y separados, tiene que manejar y superar ese caso también.
As conditions, no alcohol or illegal drugs and no firearm.
Y como condiciones de su libertad condicional para este caso, libertad provisional, perdónenme, nada de licor, nada de droga, nada de armas.
We're going to give you this all in writing so you'll have the dates. Can you follow these rules?
Vamos a darle todo lo que se le acaba de decir por escrito. Cuando termine pronto, va a poder cumplir con lo que se le diga, señor.
sí, sí.
Yes, yes.
All right, good man.
Bueno, buena suerte y buen hombre.
Make sure you make
Muchas
make
gracias.
sure you make that hearing on September 3 over at the Smart Court.
Asegúrese de presentarse ese día, el 3 de septiembre, en el juzgado superior para atender la sesión del programa SMART.
Así será. Muchas gracias.
That
Buena-
will be what I'll do. Thank you very much.
Buena suerte. All right,
Buena suerte, señor. Good luck. Thank you, sir, Your Honor, and may the interpreter be excused.
Pedro, you have a good Sunday. Thank you.
All right, you too. Apologies again. Thank you.
No, no worries.
Thank you.
That's it.
Señor, vas a pasar aquí, paga los estados, siéntate al lado que quieras. All right, Your Honor, we're gonna jump on those misdemeanors. Are you ready?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay, Your Honor. It's Sunday. It's a great day. You goddamn shame on people saying that. Okay. Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Brittany Carone.
Let me just pull up your file, get going, okay, Ms. Carone? Appreciate your patience this morning. Okay. Ms. Carone is number 5. Okay, Ms. Carone, let's see what, I got an address on North Linkhart Place. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
Okay, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Stand by. Okay, you've been charged with 1 misdemeanor drug paraphernalia out of Marana.
Mhm.
Looks like it. No, this is in Pima County Justice Court.
Yeah.
Stand by, please. Okay. Is there some reason it says Marana Police Department, but it's in Justice Court? Okay. All right. All right. Thanks. All right. What I'm going to do. Any information out here? What I'm going to do, ma'am, is on this matter, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at your next hearing. Can you do that if I release you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your next hearing is going to be the arraignment in Pima County Justice Court. Looks like on September 24, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Roberts. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue and you'll be back over in the jail talking to somebody else. So you got to make sure you appear. As conditions of release, no alcohol or illegal drugs, okay?
Yeah. So I'll see Judge Robert instead of Godoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
It's a
Judge
new
Godoy,
charge.
yeah, you're in a different court. It's a misdemeanor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a new charge. Okay. Okay.
yeah, Judge Godoy, actually, she's retired. She's a great lady, isn't she? You got to work with, you got to work with her?
Yeah, she's who put me on probation here.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Anyway, okay, so September 24, 2024, 9:30 a.m., not over where Judge Godoy was. That's Superior Court.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be in Justice Court over on Stone, the new building. Can you make it?
Yeah. Yeah, sir. Yeah.
All right, I'm relying on that promise. I'm gonna release you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Christina Cox.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Christina Cox, good morning.
Okay, Ms. Cox, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Let's see what we got here. Give me a sec to catch up. Looks like you got something out of Tucson City Court and also out of Pima County Justice Court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me pull up. Stand by.
Yes, sir.
Let me pull something up here.
Of course.
Okay, we'll do the Justice Court one first. Yeah, it looks like you got a shoplifting warrant out of justice court. You know,
Honestly,
hold on.
so-
You remember what I said? Anything you say, Cannon, will be used against you. I'm not doing this to be rude or a jerk. I'm doing this to protect your rights, okay? Let me get out what I'm gonna do and we'll go from there. And if you still think you need to talk to me, I'll hear from you. How's that?
absolutely.
You got a deal? All right, here we go. Yeah, it looks like you got a shoplifting charge out of Pima County Justice Court back from April of 2023. And then you have an animal cruelty one out of Tucson City Court. That might even be back in 2021. Let me just ask you one more question. I see an address on North Thornwood Road. Is that a good address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. If I release you on your promise to appear, you're going to have to go to 2 different courts. You think you can handle that?
Yes, sir. Honestly, the one that's justice court, I've got a court date for
Wait,
already.
wait. Remember what I said? All right. Let me do the talking. I asked you a simple question.
Yes, sir.
If I release
I
you,
can.
will you appear? If not, you'll just get more warrants and the next judge might not be so inclined to release you absent some bond to make sure you show. Okay?
No, I can get to both courts without a problem.
There we go. Again, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to protect your rights. Even though it kind of sounds rude, I'm not being rude. Okay.
No, I just did a squash one already. That's the only thing I'm trying to say for the justice courts ones.
Okay,
And I
well-
just didn't know if you could see that and if it'll be a different court date than the one that they gave me, if that's what I was trying to like get together, you know?
Gotcha. Okay. What we're gonna do is the next hearing in the justice court case, that's the shoplifting one. I need you to be,
Okay.
I need you to be at justice court on September 12th, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. You're going to be in front of Judge Tascada. You got to make sure you appear. Again, if you don't, you're looking at another warrant and more hassle. You're not to go to the, we call it the victim business. You can't go to the victim business, have no contact with them. Can you,
Yes, sir.
and no alcohol or illegal drugs. Can you deal with all that?
Yes, sir. 107 days sober today.
Hey, that's great. Congratulations. That's a big,
Thank you.
and 107 minutes is a big deal. So congratulations. I'm happy for you. Keep on that path. Okay, let me deal with the city court one as well. What I'm going to do on the city court one, same thing. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. The next hearing in that matter is on September 23, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. in front of Judge Varena. You got to make sure you appear. If you don't appear, again, warrants issue and hassles come at you hard and fast. You're to possess or consume no alcoholic beverages, and it sounds like you're doing a great job of doing that.
Thank you.
All right. We're gonna have all this in writing. I don't expect you to memorize all that I just rattled off, but just make sure you appear and deal with this. All right. Sounds like you're dealing with the biggest problem in your life right now. These should be minor compared to your accomplishments. So just show up. Okay.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Congratulations again. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. You as well.
Yeah, Hoyos, ma'am, down the step, forward, hands up to the girls. Bring it on. You get that. Mhm.
Hi. Be right with you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's see. Are you James or Malcolm?
No, I'm Benicio de Hoyos.
Oh,
Yeah.
number 7. So I think so. Oh, I don't know why I heard William.
Oh,
Okay, no worries. All right. Let's see. So you're Benicio de Hoyos, yeah? Local address. Do you have anything local?
yeah, I do have something local.
What's a good local address for it?
550 North, 5th Avenue. It's, I forget the rest of it. I don't know if I've heard, but it's, the district on 5th. That's the apartment, like, name.
Got it. What's the apartment number?
3102.
3102. D. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me just take a quick look at this.
Mhm.
Okay, what I'm going to do, Mr. Doyes, is I am going to, let me find this. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear, basically release you on your own recognizance on your promise to appear at the next hearing in this case. The next hearing is going to be, the arraignment on September 24 at, where are we? 9:30 a.m.
Will I get like an email or something?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get all this out. 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Roberts in Pima County Pima County Justice Court. You're to have no alcohol or firearms, and I can't remember which fraternity is at 1529 Second, but no contact with that fraternity. Don't go back there, and no contact with the individual involved in the incident. Don't say anything other than I understand. You understand?
I understand.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to get all this in writing. I don't expect you to memorize all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough, wouldn't it? Okay. All right. Yeah. Now listen, just hang in there. All right. I know you're probably freaked out. I get it. Okay. I was 19 once too, and I know you're probably scared and freaked out. All right. All you got to do is just make your court dates, and you'll be okay. All right.
Sure.
You'll be all right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all right.
All right. Well, yeah, we're going to give you all this in writing so you can figure out what you need to deal with. All right.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. You take care of yourself, Mr. Mr. De Hoyos.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be released later on today. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Maria Gomez, down the steps farther, comes out of the way, sir.
Hi, Ms. Gomez. Can you tell me your full name?
Maria Elena Gomez.
All right. Let me just pull your file. I'll be right with you. That is number 8. Okay. I see an address on North Bell Avenue. Is that still a good address?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the current living.
Okay. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me just give this a quick read, and then I'll tell you what's going to happen next. Okay. What I'm going to do is set release conditions. In your case, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which would be on September 9 of 2024. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be in Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Roberts. You got to appear. If you don't, another warrant issues, and it just means more and more trouble. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You're not to have any alcohol or illegal drugs, and don't return to the incident location. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I got everything. Make sure. Well, I'm going to you'll get something in writing that has all this. I don't expect you to remember it right, as I rattle it off, but just make sure you appear. All right. I know you're freaked out. Just make sure you appear. It'll work out. The only way it doesn't work out is if you don't appear and then warrants issue and you're back in the jail and you don't want to deal with it. Okay.
Okay.
You'll be okay. All right. Just take care of yourself. All right. Okay. You're excused. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Philip Mesa?
Good morning, Mr. Mesa. Can you tell me your full name?
Philip Edward Mesa.
All right. And let me pull the file, Mr. Mesa. Looks like we have an address on North Winchester Creek Drive. Is that still a good address, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let me just give this a read. Hold on 1 second. Be right with you, Mr. Mason. Okay. All right, Mr. Meza, what I'm going to, you've been charged with, count of disorderly conduct and assault, both misdemeanors, both with the domestic violence designation. Based on the information provided, and especially also you had provided some to the pretrial services folks. It's appreciated. It helps when I got to make these decisions. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. Okay. The next hearing is going to be on September 24, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. No, 10:30 a.m. Excuse me. Sorry. 10:30 a.m. in Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Roberts. You have to appear. If you don't appear, another warrant issues and it's just more problems. Headaches you don't need, right? As conditions of release, no alcohol or illegal drugs, do not commit any acts of domestic violence, and no firearms or weapons. Susan provided information indicating that you're welcome to return to the residence, and she does want further contact. Given the fact that I don't see any history of this, don't say anything again. I'm not going to order any no contact, okay? But just, if things get hot again, you got to get out of there. Just bail, protect yourself and protect her, okay? Just bail out, all right? And no booze or drugs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you take care. I hope things work out for you. I really do, Mr. Meza. Take care of yourself.
Bless you, brother. Mr. I got a name now. Yeah.
Your Honor, this is the no-name booking, but he'd like to tell you his name today.
Oh, great. Okay. Hi, can you tell me your name?
Hi, Cody Milford Santos, a 1983.
All right. Let me see how.
I apologize.
That's okay. You just relax. Let me see how I'm going to handle this.
Okay.
So do we have a file or anything? Number 10. Great. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, we got it. John Doe. One more time, nice and slowly, so we can get it down. Can you tell me your name? First name. Why don't we do last name first, like the military? Last name first, first name last. Nice and slow.
Santos, my last name. Milford's my middle, and Cody's my first.
Santos. And then it's Cody. Cody, one more time with the middle.
Milfred.
Ooh.
Milfred.
Milfred. Great.
Milfred.
Hey, what's your date of birth?
A 1983.
All right. 1983. You got a good address for me?
Yes, my mom and my dad.
Go ahead.
Box 11. Cody Santos, PO Box 1124, Sales, Arizona 85634.
Can you say that again real slow?
Cody Santos, PO Box 11, Post Office Box 1124, Sales, Arizona 85634.
Okay. 85364. Great. Okay, let me give this a read and I'll be right with you, okay? Stand by.
Okay.
Stand by. Okay. I've read the complaint. I'm going to find probable cause. What I'm going to do is this. Let me set some release conditions. And Kim, you're going to fill in the name and all that on this thing? Okay. All right. What I'm going to do, even though it wasn't smart, withhold your name, but I'm still going to give you a chance. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear because you just gave me that information. You're being very cooperative. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which is going to be on September 24, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in Justice Court, Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Roberts. You're not to return to the incident location, okay? You cannot go back there. Well, that was Casino del Sol, I believe. Anyway, and you're not to have any alcohol or illegal drugs. Can you follow?
Okay.
Can you follow those rules?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, deal with this, all right? Because it'll just haunt you if you don't, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you're gonna get all this, you're gonna get all this in writing, but one more time, September 24, 2024, 9:30 a.m., Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Roberts. No alcohol, no drugs, and don't go back to the incident location.
Pina Del Sol?
I think that's,
Okay.
I think that's what it said there. Yeah, don't go back there, okay?
Okay.
Big trouble if you do, so don't go back. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care.
Ariola.
Hi, can you tell me your name? Be right with you, ma'am. Okay. I see an address on East Adams. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
Okay. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. We're here also here for what's called initial appearance on a petition to revoke. Ellen?
What?
Little assistance, if you would, please. I know it's a misdemeanor, but I haven't handled one of these on this calendar. On these petitions to revoke on these misdemeanor matters. Is it just like we do over in Superior?
Actually, no.
Okay. Let me stand by, please. Stand by.
She had a PD appointed before, so you could
Just said the hearing.
yeah, just reading the petition, they don't.
Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is, with the help of a very knowledgeable city court clerk, what I have here is that you were originally found guilty of 2 counts of misdemeanor assault, disorderly conduct, and trespass, and shoplifting. And you were placed on probation for 36 months, and you were given written conditions. And that the allegation is by the probation department is you failed to remain law-abiding, failed to comply with probationary terms in a felony matter, and failed to provide proof of an order to show cause. What I'm going to a court order, proof to the court at an order to show cause hearing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enter denials for you at this point. I'm going to appoint city public defender. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. And I'll get back to that in a minute.
Yes. Fucking bitch, you're alive. You're alive. Hey, you have pigs.
Hold on.
No, hold on about it. You're alive. You fucking. Hold her on you. Forever.
Miss Ariola, hold on a minute. How you doing? Are you okay? You understand what's going on? Miss Ariola, you understand what's going on?
What's going on?
You understand what's going on?
Yeah, right, yes.
Okay. You understand that you're on probation for a case and that there's a claim that you, hold on, let me talk, that you broke the rules while on probation. Do you understand that?
I went to court.
Okay, so you understand that there's a claim. I'm not making a finding, but you understand there's a claim that you broke probation's rules. You understand that?
But yeah, I feel there's a claim.
Okay, you understand there's a claim. You understand you also have a whole bunch of warrants for things in city court. You understand that as well? Okay. It's just don't take this the wrong way, but you're acting kind of strangely, and I'm a little worried. Don't stop talking and start listening. Okay? You're acting kind of strangely, and I'm worried that you're not understanding what's going on. You understand I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing, excuse me, sorry. No, not.
Officer of the jail, I'm going to reschedule Miss I'm gonna reschedule Ms. Ariola for tonight, the PM initial appearance calendar.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
All right,
Bringas. Let's pay attention. Don't do it too good.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. How you doing, sir? How you going? How you doing, Your Honor?
good morning. Let's see, you are Enrique Bringas Galaz?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. Sorry if I messed up your last name. I apologize.
That was great.
All right. Looks like you're here on a couple of warrants for criminal trespass theft and also some new criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. This is the time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. And find a probable cause on the new matters. Did you know you had these criminal trespass and theft warrants?
I knew about them. I had no idea of the court date.
Okay.
I'm homeless and I had no means of actually looking into them. I had my cell phone stolen from me.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a hard and fast date then, all right? The next hearing, first off, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear on all of these, all right? You're not to possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're not to possess any firearms. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim or victim business, and do not return to the incident location. And I'm sorry, I don't know if do we have any sort of address for you? All I have is general delivery. Do you have anything better?
General delivery would be great for the area. I mean, the zip code 85701.
It's not great for my concern about you showing up. I mean, do you have any sort of hard address? If you don't, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It happens a lot. You don't have any good solid address for me?
What I will do is I'm gonna get enrolled with Salvation Army on Monday at 9 a.m. I will go ahead and update my address with yourself. You're at the Justice Court, is that correct?
Well, actually, these are city court matters. All right.
I'll do that.
All right. How about this? I'm going to set a hearing. I'm going to release you. I'm going to set a hearing. Come with a good address to give to the judge. It's going to be Judge Verena. She's a very nice lady and very understanding, but she's going to put you to the task, and you better have a good address for her, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release you under the previously indicated conditions. I'm sorry, I just got a question very quickly for the city clerk. This didn't have it. Oh. It was on the back. Okay. Your next hearing is going to be on September 30, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in, no, I'm sorry, at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. Don't let me mess you up there. 9:30 a.m. So it's 9:30 and 9:30. Easy to remember. September 30 at 9:30, Tucson City Court, Judge Verena. Make sure you show. If you don't, another warrant issues and you're sitting over there talking to somebody else about this, okay?
Very happy that I was able to get that worked out with you today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, deal with these. They're just going to keep following you around until you deal with them. They'll never go away.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The only way they'll go away is if you step up and take responsibility. So deal with them. Okay, thank you.
Miss Araceli Gonzalez. Bring this, hold on.
He said. I didn't quite get that. Didn't I give it to you? Oh, sent it the wrong way. Shame on me. Hi, can you tell me your name?
Araceli Gonzalez,
Okay, hi, Miss Gonzalez. Give me a second to catch up with you, okay?
of course.
All right. And Miss Gonzalez, let me see if I read this. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I'm finding probable cause. Let's see here. I see an address on East Congress. Is that still a good address, ma'am?
Correct.
Great. Okay, this is a time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm going to do in your case is I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear at the next hearing, okay? It's called ROR.
Thank you.
You're to possess or consume no alcoholic beverages, do not commit any acts of domestic violence, do not possess any weapons. Stand by. I think I had some, might have had more information on this. Give me a second. There you are. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, and these can always be addressed by the judge who's assigned the case later on, all right? These are just the initial. What I'm gonna do at this point, I'm gonna say no contact of any kind with the victim in the case. And if that's something you feel you need to address with the judge who's gonna be assigned to the case, that's something you could certainly do, okay? Let me see who your judge is going to be. Your judge is gonna be Judge Mayhew in Tucson City Court. The next hearing is on September 23, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. You got to make sure you appear or a warrant will issue. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I really hope you work things out, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Greenwell?
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Pat Greenwell.
All right, Mr. Greenwell, see, I see an address on East Sixth Street. Is that still a good address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a time set for your initial appearance. Looks like you've been charged by complaint with criminal defacing or damage and disorderly conduct, both with the domestic violence indicator. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting release conditions based on the information I have available to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, release you on your own recognizance. You to possess or consume no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, have no contact of any kind with Krista Zalewski, Zalewski, and let's see something. Give me a second there, Mr. Greenwell. I just want to check something out here. All right, Mr. Greenwell, what I am going to order is that you not return to the incident location. Looks like that potentially you live there. What I will authorize is that you may return one time with law enforcement to retrieve personal belongings. Can you abide by those rules?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as for law enforcement, that's something where you can go into a Tucson police station and ask for assistance on that. Your next hearing, September 23, 2024 at 10 a.m. in front of Judge Hale in Tucson City Court. You got to make sure you make it, or if not, another warrant issues, it just means more trouble. Okay, so make sure you show up. No contact with Krista. If you need to get back into the place, go to a police station first, and they'll escort you. And the judge who's assigned to the case will help you deal with the rest. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take care of yourself, sir. Bye-bye. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Gerard Alfonso Rosario.
Hi, this is a time set for your initial appearance. Looks like we have an address on East Grant Road. Is that still a good address, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a time set for initial appearance. We're here on a couple of misdemeanor charges for disorderly conduct, fighting with the DV designation. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I have some information here. Let me just I looked at it earlier. Let me make sure my memory remains accurate. Be right with you. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. So that means release you on your own recognizance. You're to possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, and possess no firearms or weapons. The next hearing will be in front of Judge Wendy Million, Tucson City Court on October 8th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. If you don't appear, warrants issue and it's just more trouble. So you got to make sure you go, okay? Now, the information that was provided to me by pretrial services, Margaret says she doesn't have any objection to you coming back to the residence and having any contact. So I'm not going to issue any orders about that. Let me just give you a friendly suggestion though. If things get heated or hot, just leave. All right.
Okay. Your Honor.
Okay.
Happy wife, happy life. I learned my lesson.
Okay. All right. You take care of yourself. And make sure you make that hearing.
Yes, October 8th at 1:30.
Yeah. And we're going to give you all this in writing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Brandy Jenkins, she's a refusal, right?
Yes, you continue here just a minute.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Aliana Sierra Christine Lachey.
Be right with you. Okay, looks like we have an address on East Towner Street. Is that still a good address?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I got to read something. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I see it looks like a couple of misdemeanor charges with domestic violence indicator of criminal damage and disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting release conditions. Based on the information that I've been provided, let me make sure I didn't forget something. Give me a sec. Be right with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. That is, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing in this case. You're not to possess or consume alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence, and you're to possess no firearms or weapons. Your next hearing is going to be on October 8th, 2024 in Tucson City Court at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Wendy Million. You got to make sure you appear. If you don't, another warrant issues, and it just means more trouble for you. Excuse me. What I'm also going to do is, based on information I have, and you can ask Judge Million to change this, but as of right now, until another judge tells you differently, I'm going to order no contact with Elian Reese and I take it out. You have all your belongings at the place on Towner.
Yeah.
I'm going to order I'm going to let you go back there with a police escort to get your stuff. But while the matter's pending and Million enters a ruling differently, I'm going to order that you not go back there other than that one time with a police officer. Do you have a place where you can stay?
Yes.
Just make sure you do that. All right. And don't think I'm just going to go back real quick. Go to the police department, go to the police station. They'll help you do that. Because if you go back, it's probably another charge or two. And if things got bad, it could be way worse than charges. It could be injury or death. So you just got to be smart and careful. Okay. Okay. So one more time, your next hearing in front of Judge Wendy Million. She's in Tucson City Court, October 8, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That seems like a long time. It'll be honest like that. Okay. Make sure you go. No contact with Elian. Don't go back to the place on Towner unless you go back one time with a police escort. Don't have a firearm. commit no acts of domestic violence, and don't possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Can you follow all those rules, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I hope things work out for you. You're excused and you'll be released.
Thank you.
Wyland? Hi, can you tell me your name?
Russell Whelan.
Whelan, let's see what I got here for any sort of address. Stand by, please. I see an address on East La Palma Drive. Is that still a good address, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see what I got here for you, Mr. Whelan. Is this a warrant, Kimberly? Okay, yeah. You're here on a warrant. Looks like you also owe some fines and restitution.
Okay. Yeah, it was from 2012.
Hold on. And I'm not being rude or a jerk. I just don't want you to say something. It's all being recorded. I just don't want you to say something, get yourself in any trouble. Okay. So bear with me. I don't do this calendar a lot, so it's still kind of, I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. So hang with me and I'll get you out of here in a minute. Okay, what I'm gonna do. So is he being held on anything else, Kimberly? I can't really tell. No. It's just this. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which is video review. Okay. Which is going to, where it says if released. I'm sorry, Kimberly. You're going to be released. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which is on September 30, 2024 at 2 p.m. with Judge Wendy Million, Tucson City Court. You got to appear. If you don't appear, guess what happens? Another warrant, another stay at Pima County Jail, which something tells me you don't want. Okay. Be smart about this. Deal with it. It's not going away. I'm going to give you you'll get something in writing that gives you this date. Okay. But again, just stick it in your brain. September 30, 2024, 2 p.m. Tucson City Court, Judge Million. Can you abide by that?
Yes, sir. Will it tell me the fines on that paperwork as well?
Yeah, what I see is $1,896 in restitution and $425.69 in fines.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hope you work this out. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye. I know. Yeah, we're going. I'm guessing they're going to come the way they're lined up here. So.
Right, there's a bench 3 steps away. Three around.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name, sir?
James Edward Converse.
Okay, Mr. Converse. All right. Looks like we have an address on North Fair Oaks. Is that still a good address, sir?
Yes.
This is the time set for your initial appearance. Excuse me. Looks like you've been charged with unlawful discharge of a firearm, prohibited possessor, and a domestic violence charge associated with it, disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting release conditions. I'll hear from the lawyers and I'll tell you what they're going to be and tell you when the next hearing is. Okay. Let's see, Mr. Kaler, I see your recommendation of $15,000 and some other things. Anything to add?
No, I would just note the nature of the offense, domestic violence and DOC with a weapon, and that Mr. Peppers does have prior felony convictions.
Ellen, your thoughts?
Yes, it looks like he has 2 prior convictions, but his sentence on the second one ended in 2001, and he hasn't had any felony arrests since then. He doesn't have any prior domestic violence misdemeanors, and he says he lives alone. I know the information in the report says that they live together, but he's stating he lives alone at that address.
What I'm gonna, given the nature of the allegations, while I do understand the criminal history is rather old, actually it's real old. I am gonna order a bond in the amount of $2,500 cash and secured. Should the defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services supervision. He's to surrender any firearms and not possess any firearms. No act of domestic violence, monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services, no contact with the alleged victim in the matter, which is Amber Lombardi. And if Ms. Lombardi does not live at the residence that he claims is his residence, he may return. All right, the next hearing, stand by, please. And I'm sorry, I said 25. I misspoke when I said the bond. I was thinking about something else. I'm setting bond in the amount of $10,000, not $2,500. I apologize, everybody, for that misstatement. The next hearing is going to be the preliminary hearing, which is currently set for, and I'm doing the 4th, okay, September 4, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. That may change, sir. So if you post bond, and I'm also appointing the public defender's office to represent you. So if you post bond, you're to keep in touch with the public defender and pretrial services, and they will alert you of any change. Okay. Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Sir, down the steps, far left hand voice.
Hi, can you tell me your name, please?
Branch Dinochka.
Okay, Mr. Dinochka. All righty. Looks like we have an address on South Sarnoff. Still a good address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like you've been charged with possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. All I'm going to do is set release conditions. Mr. Kaler, I see you're recommending pretrial services with suggesting that he participate in the SMART program. Anything else?
Nothing additional.
Ellen, I'd be inclined to order that. Do you need to make a record?
No.
And is Mr. Dejnoska, is he willing to waive a preliminary hearing time?
Yes.
Okay, what does all that mean, right? Now I'm going to tell you what it means. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you to pretrial services, but let me ask you something. You qualify based on the nature of the charges for something called the SMART or STEP program. It's a good thing. You go over, you work with a judge who also works with, you know, agencies and things like that. It can help you tackle your addiction, maybe help you with housing. It doesn't seem like that's a problem, but if it becomes a problem, they can help you with that, help you with a job. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yes, sir.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. So I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Your next hearing is going to be what's called a SMART hearing on September 3, 2024 at 9 a.m. in Pima County Superior Court. It's going to be on the 3rd floor. You're either going to be with Judge Hanson or Judge Miller, both fantastic judges who will help you if you let them. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. You're to surrender any firearms you might have. Submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing again is on September 3, 2024 at 9 a.m. You're also going to have what's called a preliminary hearing on October 8 of 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That will likely change. So it's very important you keep in touch with your assigned lawyer and pretrial services so you'll learn of that change if it happens. I'm going to give you all this in writing. I know that came at you fast, but you willing to abide by these rules?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope you take advantage of that SMART program. It's a good thing.
Thank you.
Mr. Freeze?
Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Kenneth Freeze.
And Mr. Freeze, let's see what I got here for any sort of address. Stand by. Looks like see an address on West Moore Road. Is that still a good address?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Mr. Freeze, Freeze. Here on a couple things. You got a whole bunch of warrants you're gonna have to deal with, and also you got looks like out of Justice Court and Marana. See if the city's got something for you too. I'm guessing they do. Yeah, the city's got a bunch of warrants. Looks like for criminal trespass, theft, drug paraphernalia, another theft, another drug paraphernalia. Lots of problems here with warrants. Let me hear what the state's position is on anyone that they feel they need to take a position on. Go ahead, Matt.
Your Honor, in the Superior Court matter, the warrant was issued with a $500 bond. Given the nature of the case, we're asking for that $500 bond, though given the failure to appear history, Your Honor, a higher bond may be appropriate. And that's all, Your Honor.
Okay, Ellen?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd have to know more than that bond on the warrant, and it appears that maybe homeless at this time.
Maybe what, Ellen? I'm sorry. I missed.
Homeless.
Okay, thank you.
Homeless.
Thank you. All right, what I'm going to do then, let me just check something out here real quickly. What I'm going to do on the matter out of basically on the felonies, the F4 and the F6, I'm going to set bond. I'll put it back at $500. Cash is secured. City post bond, he's going to be released to pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms. Monitoring and treatment is directed by pretrial services. Next hearing. Ellen, let me ask you something. And Matt, you too. Any objection from either side of me putting him in the SMART program?
I have no objection.
Matt?
Your Honor, I think Smart Court would be appropriate. He wouldn't be steps eligible because he's already been indicted in a Smart Court hearing.
Okay. If I'm also going to order the defendant in this matter participate in the SMART Court hearing. And let me tell you what that is, Mr. Freese. It helps people who have drug problems and with housing and jobs and, you know, really with treatment. Is that something you might be interested in looking at?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to order that you attend the SMART hearing on September 3, 2024 at 9 a.m. If you don't post bond, you'll be transported there. It won't be a problem. All right. So we're done with that one. You got something out of Marana. Let me deal with that. Marana, I'm going to set bond on this one. On this one, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,000 cash or secured. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim if you post bond and not go to the incident location. I'm going to appoint Attorney Janet Altschuler to represent you in this matter. No alcohol or drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. Your next hearing is going to be in that matter on August 27, 2024 at 12 p.m. in Marana City Court. Arrangements will be made for you to appear probably by video.
What time is it, Judge?
It's at noon, Ellen,
Okay.
okay? So it's the day
And
after, it's the day after tomorrow. Now, let me look at these city things. On the city cases, I'm gonna order the defendant be held on bond, just given the repetitive nature and the volume of FTAs, bond of $500 cash or secured. Should he post bond? He's to possess or consume no alcohol, they should be not possess no firearms, no contact of any kind with any of the victims or victim businesses, and not to return to any incident locations. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent him in this matter. And the next hearing would be, should I put it on the non-transfer review or I'm ordering bond?
On his phone.
No, on his city stuff as well,
Just-
on everything.
If you're gonna hold him on a bond, do a video.
Okay, a video review for September 3, 2024 at 1:45 PM with Judge Mayhew. If you don't post bond on any of these, arrangements will be made for you to appear by video or in person, just kind of depends. Okay,
And Your Honor, my apologies for interrupting.
go ahead, Matt.
Your Honor, I've been informed that Smart Court is also just for pre-indictment cases, so I think on the Superior Court matter, he would just need a normal hearing.
Okay, so the normal hearing, did I set a normal hearing on that?
I think we need an arraignment date.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get noted.
September 3 or 30. Okay, so the next hearing on the felony matters, the F4 and F6, will be September 3rd, 2024 at 1:30 PM. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Okay, good luck, Mr. Priest. Bye-bye.
For dates or the paperwork. Okay, so that's
Ezekiel Gomez?
Morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Ezekiel Gomez.
Good morning, Mr. Gomez. Let me pull up some info and we'll get rolling. Okay. Mr. Gomez, the address I show in here is on East 3rd Street. Is that still a good address?
No, it's East 33rd Street.
Oh, East 30.
708.
Can you tell me?
Yes, sir.
So it's 708 East 33rd.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm gonna just set release conditions and tell you when the next hearing is. Mr. Kaler, I see the state's requesting $5,000 and some other conditions. Anything to add?
Your Honor, I would just point out that he was released to federal probation I think just a few days ago. So Your Honor, that's concerning.
Okay, Ellen?
yes, we'd ask that you consider this to supervision of pretrial services. He is a full-time student. He lives with his mother, younger brother, and he does have that federal case going on, but he's on probation for that.
Okay, thank you. All right, yeah, the federal probationary status is concerning to the court. What I'm gonna do is as follows. I'm gonna order that bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured be posted if he's to be released. Pretrial services if he does post bond. The next hearing will be on September 4, 2024 at 1:30 PM. And that'd be the preliminary hearing that will probably change. So if you do post bond, it's very important that you keep in touch with pretrial services and your public defender, who I'm going to appoint at this time. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms or weapons. And again, your next hearing, at least as of right now, is September 4th, 2024 at 1:30 PM. Okay, thank you. You're excused.
I can't pay the phone. I can't know what's going on Monday.
Yes. Hold on. Yes. So do about 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's right, there's a thing, there's a here. Judge right in front. All right.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Eric Jesus.
And Mr. Hedges, let me find something here. Looks like the last, we don't have an address for you. All we have is general delivery. Anything better than that or no?
No.
Okay, this is a time set for a hearing on your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I think this was the felony warrant. Oh, it's the out of county. Stand by, please. Oh, this was the Graham County one? Oh, okay. All right. Matt, Mr. Taylor, is the state making any recommendation on this?
Your Honor, typically, we are not making recommendations on out of county. Our request would be that the warrant be honored.
Okay, so the warrant was $5,000. Okay. Ellen?
I don't have information other than what's in the pretrial services report.
Okay, let me see what I got, and I can read it to you if it would help. Okay, looks like it's a F6 out of Graham County. Something from 2012 out of Kansas. And then just this one. What I'd be inclined to do is release Mr. Hedges on his promise to go to Graham County and deal with the warrant. Do you need to make a record? Ellen?
No.
Okay, so will you put a date in here? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release you on your promise that you call Graham County and you figure out what the deal is with the warrant and you make an appointment and go in there and deal with the warrant. Is that something you can do?
I've been trying to do that since October.
Well, you haven't been very successful now, have you? So now you,
Well, it's not my fault that they don't answer their phone calls. They don't call me back either.
okay, well, never mind that. I'm gonna have you hold $1,000 cash or secured, and maybe they'll come get you. If you post bond, pretrial services. Nah, never mind. Cash or secured. So I gotta have a review hearing. Your next hearing will be on September 24, 2024 at 9 a.m. It'll be a review hearing for in custody status, and hopefully you'll get it taken care of at that time. Thank you, Mr. Hedges.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Stand up. Swear. Well, I'm going to bike, you're fucking dragging me. So you're fucking dragging me.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. I'm sorry. Hi, can you tell me your name, please?
Times.
Pull your file real quickly and we'll get moving. I appreciate your patience this morning. Okay, looks like we have an address of West Prince Road. Is that still a good address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like you got some action in a couple different courts. They'll deal with the Superior Court one first. Mr. Taylor, I see you're asking for what's $500 per warrant?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hennis failed to appear at his arraignment. He was previously enrolled in steps and then the case was indicted. So we're asking, given the nature of the case, only a $500 bond at this time.
Okay. Okay, Ellen, so we're just dealing with that one. Your thoughts?
We'd ask that you set no higher than the $500 bond.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna set bond in this matter, $500 cash is secured. Should defendant post bond, he's to be subject to pretrial services, supervision, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial services, no firearms or weapons, appointing the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing is going to be the arraignment on September 3, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Superior Court. If you post bond, you got to make sure you appear. If not, another warrant will issue. So that's the dangerous drug charge, the warrant. It's an F4 and an F6, dangerous drug violation and drug paraphernalia. So that's that one, Mr. How do you say it? Hymas?
Yes, sir.
Hymas? Thank you. All right, so let me just send that one off. Now, let's see what, I think I have something else for you, so stand by if you would, please. Yeah, you got 6 warrants out of Tucson City Court for, looks like marijuana, that might be an older one, DUI, another DUI, drug paraphernalia, driving without license, etc. So on this one, I'm going to consolidate CM 8016 and CM 1905-9025. But that says expunged. Okay, so it's expunged, the marijuana one? Okay, so that was a marijuana possession. I get you.
He got picked up on a warrant for those.
Oh, okay, but they were subsequently expunged. Okay, great. And then what I'm going to do is on these city warrants, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear on all of them. They're not going to go away. I guess I shouldn't say that. The marijuana ones got expunged, but the other ones, they're not going to get expunged. They're never going to go away unless you do. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You have more. Never mind. You have too many. I'm not going to release you on your. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $1,000 cash or secured. Possess no or consume no alcohol or beverages. No driving without valid license. Commit any of these DVs. Commit no acts of domestic violence. Don't possess any firearms. Surrender any that you do have. No contact of any kind with the victim or victim's businesses. And do not return to the incident locations. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on all of these. The next hearing is going to be the video review hearing on September 30, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Lisa Cerrillo in Tucson City Court. If you don't make bond, the arrangements will be made by the jail for you to appear, probably by video, I'm guessing. And if you do make bond, you got to make sure you appear. Okay. Yeah, with all those warrants, I just don't think it's good to let you out without some sort of guarantee that you show up. Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
I do have a job.
Bye-bye. I understand, but I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Rachel Johnson.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Rachel Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, I see an address, general delivery. Do you have anything better than that? Do you have a good address?
Yeah, 4132 North Reno in Tucson, 85705.
85705. And Reno spelled like the city in Nevada?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you can get mail there, things like that?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me pull up, see what we got here. Yeah, we got something out of Superior Court, and we also have something out of City Court. I'm going to handle Superior Court first. Mr. Kalen, anything to add?
Your Honor, this case involves the allegation of sale or transport of fentanyl. Given Ms. Johnson's prior felony history, the nature of this case, and prior failures to appear, I would request no lower than the 7,500 in the warrant.
Okay. Your thought, Ellen?
She's never been arrested in this matter before. So I'm not sure she received the summons when it was sent to her.
Okay. And as for the warrants, I mean that. Okay, you're just saying she never got them, huh? Okay. All right.
I'm saying I don't know that she knew about this case because it looks like it was a direct indictment. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I am going to order a bond in the amount of $2,500 cash or secured. Should she post bond, she will be subject to pretrial services supervision. She's to follow all monitoring and treatment recommendations, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms, and surrendering that she has. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent her. The next hearing is going to be the criminal arraignment on September 3, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Superior Court. So if you post bond, you got to make sure you're at that arraignment up on the 8th floor in front of Judge Metzger. If not, another warrant will issue. If you don't post bond, you will be, you'll make a video appearance. Okay, thank you.
Is that it? I think there's a misdemeanor.
Oh, you're right. There's one misdemeanor out of city court. Okay, on this one. I'm going to. This is one where I can do, Kim, I can do the NTR.
If you're gonna release her on city.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release her on her promise to appear on this one. The next hearing will be the non-transport review hearing on sooner date or the later date. September 25, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Rio. Sorry. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent
Being held. What? I'm being held? Yes.
you to possess or consume no alcohol beverages and possess no firearms. Okay. And that will be on September 25, 2024, the non-transport review at 1:30 p.m. The city public defender's office will represent you in that matter. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.
Snake.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name? I'm sorry.
Lucas Knight.
Thank you. And I see an address on Arizona Sunset Drive South. Is that up in Chandler? Is that still a good address?
No,
You got a better address?
yeah, 1010 East. Planning.
1010 East what?
Fentland
You get it?
Drive.
One more time. I'm sorry. We're having trouble hearing you.
East Fentland Drive.
Can you spell that?
FENTYLYN. Fentland.
You got it?
Or TLY. It's spelled pretty fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy spelling. But we found it. Thank you. All right. This is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You've been charged with a couple counts of prohibited possessor, possession of a firearm during a felony narcotics offense, possession of dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and endangerment. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the public defender who's sitting next to you. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Your Honor, given the nature of this offense, in which he possessed a firearm with drugs, and additionally, Your Honor, it's alleged that he rammed some patrol vehicles with his vehicle, trying to get away from the stop. And because of his felony history, Your Honor, I would request no lower.
I didn't hear what you said. You request no lower than what?
$15,000.
Okay. And just so you know, Ms. Rubin, I'm inclined to go way higher than that, but I'll hear you out.
Well, he's being detained for a he's got a probation hold, so he's being held without bond on that.
Okay. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $100,000 cash or secured, pretrial services, monitoring if released, no alcohol or drugs, surrender any firearms, do not possess any firearms. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Knight. The next hearing will be the preliminary hearing that's currently set for September 4, 2024 at 1:30 PM in Pima County Justice Court. That day may change, Mr. Knight, so if you do post that big bond, I understand that that's a big bond, but if you do post it, you need to keep in touch with the Public Defender's Office and Pretrial Services, so you'll know the date. If you remain in custody, you'll be transported or appear by video. Okay, thank you. You're excused, sir.
You're being held without bond anyway.
Longoria? Going to save, but.
Can you tell me your name, please, sir?
E.G. Longoria.
And Mr. Longoria, good morning. I have a, let's see what I have. I have an address on West Navajo Road. Is that still a good address, sir?
Yes, it is.
This is the time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I see charges pending for possession of dangerous drug for sale, prescription only drug, possession of paraphernalia, and resisting arrest. I'll hear first from the state, then I'll hear from the public defender lady who's sitting next to you, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's see, Mr. Taylor, what are you recommending?
Your Honor, we're recommending a $15,000 bond due to the nature of the offense. Mr. Longoria's felony history.
Ms. Rubin?
He's being held without bond and probation hold on 3 cases, so we'd ask that you set some sort of bond for time credit.
Yeah, this is another one where I think a higher bond is warranted. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $50,000 cash secured. Should defendant post bond and be released on the other matters, he's to be subject to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms or weapons. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent Mr. Longoria. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing on September 4, 2024 at 1:30 PM. If you were somehow released on those other matters and post bond in this matter, you need to appear. If you didn't, a warrant will issue, so you need to keep in touch with your assigned public defender and pretrial services. Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
There's a misdemeanor.
Oh, there's a misdemeanor. Thank you. Thanks, Ellen. I always forget those.
Right.
You're also here on a misdemeanor. Looks like criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on that one on your promise to appear. Nah, never mind. I'm just going to post some bond, make it easier. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $100 cash or secured. Possess or consume no alcohol or drugs, illegal drugs. Possess no firearms, surrender any that you have. No contact with the victim or victim business. Don't return to the incident location. The next hearing will be video review in front of Judge Verena on September 3, 2024 at 1:45 PM. Yeah, you'll be, if you're still in custody at that time, you'll be able to appear by video. Okay, thank you, Alan, for catching that.
Yes.
Okay, now we're done. Thank you, sir. You always sneak in. Yeah, you do a good job. Hi, can you tell me your name?
Alexander Miguel Reese.
Good morning, Mr. Reese. We have an address on South Bircham Avenue. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
Okay. This is the time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like there's a charge of aggravated assault, impeding the airway, a class 4 domestic violence claim. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the lady next to you at the public defender's office, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Again, you have the right to remain silent, so probably just listen instead of talk. Okay, Mr. Kaler, I see you're recommending $50,000 and some other conditions. Anything you wanted to add?
Your Honor, given this offense, the alleged offense involves strangulation with an intimate partner, there is an increased risk of lethal interactions in the future. For that reason, Your Honor, we believe that a high bond is appropriate.
Okay. Your thoughts, Mr. Rubin?
Yes, he had a place to stay with his father, and he also has no felony criminal arrests in the past, no juvenile court history, and no prior misdemeanor domestic violence arrest.
Okay, so what are you requesting, Ellen?
I'm requesting release to the supervision of pretrial services.
Okay, thank you. Given, the fact you don't have any priors, it's like the first time around for you, and your age. um, Very serious charges. You're presumed innocent, but they're very serious charges. What I am going to do though, Mr. Reese, is I am going to release you to pretrial services, but I'm going to put in place some restrictions. You got to listen carefully. You'll get them in writing, so no excuses that you didn't hear. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're to submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or any weapons, and surrender any firearms you have. No contact with the alleged victim in this case. That would be Miss Martinez, I believe. I don't have her first name. And no returning to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing is the preliminary hearing on September 16, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That will probably change. So it's very important that when you're released, you call your public defender and you talk to pretrial services and stay in the loop of when the next hearing is. If you don't, a warrant will issue and it'll just be another bad mark that you're going to have to deal with. And you got to stay away from Miss Martinez. You understand?
Yes.
No phones, no face chat, nothing like that. I mean, you can't do anything nowadays. There's so many ways, and especially people your age, you guys are really good at using all these things. You can't have any contact. If you do, you're probably committing another felony. You understand?
Yeah.
This is scary stuff. All right. You're right there on the edge of a cliff, and you can pull yourself back. Just listen to your lawyer, listen to pretrial services. Okay. All right. I hope you're taking this to heart. I really do. All right. You're a young dude. You got your whole life in front of you, and you just got to be smart. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You take care of yourself.
Chase.
Hi. Can you tell me your name?
Yep. Chase Switterick.
And Mr. Switterick, good morning. Appreciate your patience this morning. I see an address on South Bircham. Still a good address?
350 East Kelso Street.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Mr. Reese's file. I'm sorry. Be right with you. Okay, so the address on El Toro is no good?
Correct.
So what's the address? One more time, nice and slow so we can hear it.
Sure, it's 350 East Kelso Street.
350 East Kelso with the K?
Correct, yes, sir.
You know what the zip is by any chance?
I believe it's 85710.
Okay. Just so you know, we checked, it's 85705, at least what we've done. 85705. Okay, this is the initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like I see an interim complaint alleging robbery and tampering with physical evidence. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the public defender's office. That's that lawyer sitting next to you. See what they recommend, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. It looks like we also got to deal with some city court stuff as well. Okay, Mr. Kaler, I see you recommending $20,000 and some other conditions. Anything to add, sir?
Nothing additional.
Okay, Ellen?
Yes, it appears that he has only one prior from 2010, where it looks like he completed probation, and he he appears he's homeless for the last 3 months, but he has lived in Tucson for the last 10 years.
Thank you. I am going to order that some bond is necessary. I'm fine, some bond is necessary. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured shall be imposed should the defendant post bond. He's to be subject to pretrial services supervision. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms or weapons that he does have. No contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing on September 4, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. If you post bond, you gotta keep in touch with your lawyer at the public defender's office and pretrial services, because that date will likely change and you'll need to know the new date. As of right now, just consider that the next date. All right. Now let me see what we got in the city court matter. City court matter, I see a couple of warrants. Looks like for misconduct involved, it just says misconduct involving. And also drug paraphernalia, a couple warrants. Looks like at a night, 2023 and 2024. And these matters, I'm going to order, I'm going to order you be released on your promise to appear. Because you're being held on the other matter, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or beverages in this matter. You have no contact with the alleged victim in the misconduct matter and not go to the incident location. You're not to possess any firearms. The next hearing would be the non-transport review hearing on September 30, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Hale. If you're still in custody, arrangements will be made for you to appear by video. If you post bond or are released on the other matter, you got to make sure you appear or warrant shall issue. Okay. Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
I'm sorry? Oh,
Brian White.
Take it.
Brian White.
So anything that has city, I'm going to send to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Wasn't it a lot easier?
Hey, you're right. I'm sorry, sir, just switching gears here. Can you tell me, can you tell me your name?
Ryan White.
And Mr. White, let me see what we got here. Looks like we have an address on North Stone. Is that still a good address, sir?
No,
Got a better address for me?
yeah, it's 3333 North Wells Road, Unit 163, Tucson, Arizona 85705.
Okay, so it's we had all that other stuff, but we didn't have flowing wells. We had stone. Okay, so it's flowing wells. Okay, great.
Road.
Thank you. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I see you've been charged with possession of narcotic paraphernalia and narcotic drug. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do is set release conditions. Mr. Kaler, I see you're recommending release of pretrial services and SMART. Anything to add?
Nothing additionally, Your Honor.
Ellen, that'd be my inclination. Anything to add?
No.
Okay, what that means is, let me ask you something. Given the nature of this charge, we have something called the SMART or STEPS cases where you can go and work with a judge and some care providers, and you can get some help kicking your drug habit, maybe getting a better job if you don't have one, or getting a job if you do things like that. Does that sound interesting to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to order is as follows. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to set you up for a SMART hearing on September 3, 2024 at 9 a.m. in Pima County Superior Court. It's on the third floor with either Judge Miller or Judge Hampson. You got to make sure you appear. If you don't, a warrant will issue, and then you'll just find yourself sitting in jail again. I have a question for your lawyer. Waive time on the preliminary hearing, Ellen?
Yes.
Preliminary hearing shall go forward October 8, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That'll change, but at that point, you'll be rocking and rolling, hopefully, in the SMART court situation, and you'll have a lawyer and you'll have people who help you out with that. You'd not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. You're to submit to monitoring treatment as directed by pretrial services. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you, and you're to have no firearms or weapons. Now that came at you fast and furious. You're going to get it all in writing, but bottom line is I need you to be at that SMART hearing in Pima County Superior Court, third floor on September 3. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
All right. I hope you do. I hope you do. It'll help you deal with a big problem you have. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry. What? Oh, I'm sorry, Ellen. It's got to be October 9th instead of October 8th. You good with that? For the preliminary?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I changed it. Okay. Okay. Thank you and good luck. I hope it works out for you.
Here's a diversion program. If you complete a exam, charges will be dismissed. You do. Okay.
Thank you. Haynes Williams.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
James Williams.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. Thank you for your patience. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Let me see if we got any address for you at all. I see an address on West Miracle Mile. Anything better than that?
I rented an apartment at 1346 North Stone Avenue, Tucson,
Okay, you know the zip?
85705.
Great. All right, this is the time set for initial appearance. Looks like the interim complaint says fugitive from justice. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the public defender's office. That's that lady sitting next to you, and we'll go from there. State?
Your Honor, Mr. Williams has a bond, warrant out of Texas for a probation violation. For that reason, Your Honor, we're asking the help of bond.
Okay, Ellen, any need to make a record on anything?
We had COVID. When we did probation, COVID just hit. And she said,
Okay, so you gotta deal with this.
Yeah, I'm doing.
So I think he's not entitled to bond because it's a probation case, but I'd ask that you point the legal defender and set a review hearing.
Thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mr. Williams held without bond. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent him. The next hearing will be the no bond hearing on August 30, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. in front of Division TO, Judge Metzger in Pima County Superior Court.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
it's come to my attention that Dallas, Texas hasn't even filed a charge on me.
Okay, that's something that I don't have in front of me and that Judge Metzger will, or at least hopefully she will. So that's something you're gonna have to bring up with her on the 30th. I'm sorry, that's all I have. I don't have anything else, sir.
Would I be released in 3 days if they don't have a charge on me?
I don't know.
They're saying you violated conditions of probation.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know,
not
sir.
even charges, and charge that you got probation for. You'll talk to someone from the legal defender's office. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You have a nice day, Your Honor.
Yeah, you too.
Counsel?
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Uncle Williams.
And Mr. Williams, I have an address on North Cactus Loop. Is that still a good address?
Say it one more time.
North Cactus Loop?
It should be, my address is 437 West Cactus Street.
Okay, Cactus Street. Thank you. All right. All right. This is a time set for your initial appearance. Looks like you've been charged with a couple counts of displaying a weapon not in self-defense. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'll hear recommendations from the state and from the public defender's office. Go ahead, state.
Your Honor, Mr. Williams does not have a felony history, but given the nature of this offense, we do believe a bond is appropriate. So, Your Honor, we're asking for a $5,000 bond.
Okay, your thoughts, Ellen?
Yes, he's only 21. He doesn't have any felony arrests in his past, and he does live with his mother and his brother, and he's casually employed.
I do think some bond is warranted. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured, pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. He's to surrender any firearms he does have and not possess any firearms or weapons. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victims. Don't return to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Williams in this matter. Next hearing is the preliminary hearing on September 3, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Williams, if you post bond, it's important that you keep in touch with your public defender and pretrial services because that hearing on September 3rd could very likely change. If you don't post bond, you'll be transported to the next hearing either by video or in person. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Kaler, have a good rest of the day. You too, Ellen.